Welcome back to the 3x5 Live
podcast.
On this podcast, we talk about mindset, mindfulness, productivity, everything self-development. We are recording this on Jan 1, 2024. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I feel like this is your favorite day of the year.
You know what? In a few days, it's going to be my favorite holiday. 1-4-2-4, January 4th, 24. Anybody remember that podcast? 14 minutes and 24 seconds equals 1% of your day. If you want to improve 1% of your day, do something for 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Like I weave that in there.
Love that. Check out that episode.
So what are we talking about today, Jessie?
So as we were going into the new year, Bryan and I have had multiple conversations. Like I said, this is Bryce's favorite time of year. He is a planner, an organizer, a goal setter. It's like in his DNA. But I've been talking a lot about making sure that we live by design and not by default in a lot of the different areas. And with this podcast and using the word design, I think it gives that terminology of like, we are in control, like we are the hero in our own journey. And if we don't design opportunity for ourselves, no one's going to do that for us. And specifically, if you can design, let's say your year 2024 with a person or a partner or somebody that you're almost accountable for, but also connected to in a way that you're synthesizing calendars and kind of coming together to create something.
The year.
Yeah, the year.
Exactly.
And we were talking about this because I don't know if you guys feel the way that we do, but the years are flying by and I feel like every year it goes a little bit faster. And if you're looking back at 2023 and you're like, where did the time go? And I had all these ideas and things that I wanted to accomplish. And maybe I didn't do all that I set out to do. A lot of times we are in default mode where we are just not like zombie going through our days, but you're like in the grind and you just, you look back and you're like, holy crap, like where did that go? So maybe switching gears and thinking about that word design, I think it has a little bit of like creative playfulness to it. And hopefully this will resonate.
Especially for people that have this visceral reaction against goal setting or the word goals or just, you always set out goals and they don't get accomplished. Well, maybe the word or the phrasing of designing your year just resonates with you better.
And this is super fun for me because, it's no secret that I am not as great at the goal setting piece as Bryan is, but I love doing this, designing our year with him. I think we've talked before about the big ass calendar, Jesse Itzler's calendar, where we literally last year laid out a calendar on the ground. It's ginormous. And then we would look at it. And for each month, it has every 30 days, 31 days for each month. And we would put like our big rocks, things that we really wanted to do. And the things that I was most excited about were like the playful ones. Like what trips are we going to? Bryan did like an awesome trip with his college friends. I was able to do a trip with my tennis girlfriends. Like that I don't know that would have happened if we weren't talking about how important that type of connection and relationship were and how we've been not neglecting some of those friendships, but when life gets busy, the first thing that goes sometimes are those people that are always going to be there. And so it was just kind of cool to put that on the calendar. Dates and
we were really intentional last year of sitting down in January and saying, what are the, like Jessie said, the big trips that we want to take as a family and as individuals? And let's put those on the calendar now so that we know and that we're not, by default, then it's all of a sudden April and be like, hey, I want to go somewhere with my buddies in 2 weeks. Well, in 2 weeks, it doesn't work because we got X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. But concerts, we did like concerts are really important to me. Music and live music is like my happy place. And so we prioritized to go to the Lumineers concert and to see, Walker Hayes and a bunch of different concerts this year that we might not have hit because we purposely looked at the calendar and like the upcoming Ticketmaster and being like, oh, this person's coming to town here and let's do this. And so it opened up like, what do you want to see happen in 2024? Right. And the playful part was like date nights, like we prioritize date nights. We
not even prioritizing them, like plugging them into the calendar of saying, okay, what would be a fun date in February? What would be a fun date in March? Because we are strongly believe in continuing to date each other and how important that is, not letting the kids just, run our lives and our schedules.
Mm-hmm. So I would think about those things that, those opportunities that you could have maybe spent some more time on. And then even if you don't do this with a partner, but you just do this with yourself and prioritize those things right now and design them in a way that that they're going to get accomplished.
Yeah. And this isn't like things that necessarily need to cost a lot of money. You know, it could be a fishing trip with your buddies that you want to do in May, and you schedule it on their busy calendars now, because soccer tournaments and things pop up depending what season of life you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get it on everybody's calendar now, then it's intentional, it's planned out, and you know it's coming and you can look forward to it.
And other people can get it on their calendars as
exactly.
well.
Yeah.
Do you want to tie? So we also talk about, like, this was like designing your year. Something that we also have like riffed about is designing your day. So you could even take this down. Okay, so here's a year, here's a quarter, here's a month. You know, for us, a day, designing your day is like that difference between design and default. Like when we wake up in the morning, we've talked about before, like the second you reach for your phone and you check your email, you're automatically on somebody else's agenda, right? Like you're like responding to something that was sent to you. You're looking at something that maybe is making you feel a little like icky. You're stressed out about something. And so those PM and AM, PM bookends, we'd call them, if you've listened to the podcast before, are really the only time in your day where you can actually design, and having control of those pieces will set the tone for your day. The night before sets the tone for the morning. And I just think it's another example of the power of you owning like your existence and your experience.
And the thing that you should do there, or I suggest doing there, is doing the exercise of actually writing out what your perfect day would be. You know, is that waking up and meditating, or going for a walk, or walking your dog, or whatever your routine looks like? What does a perfect day look like? You know, skipping out at lunch at work to run an errand or go for a walk, whatever that is. And then you're not going to hit that every day. No. But knowing what a perfect day looks like, or what an ideal day looks like, you're going to have way more of those ideal days, because now it's top of mind of, this is what I know, if I'm doing all these things in a day, I'm going to just be happier.
Right.
In that given day.
And this doesn't, like Bryce, it doesn't have to be something huge. It could be when you're drinking your cup of coffee to take like 3 deep breaths and just like enjoy the process of like holding the warm mug, and just like the mindfulness of that practice could just be enough, right?
Yeah.
But like that designing time for you, that sacred space where no one else is like hijacking your time, energy, or thoughts, is like the most important thing you can do to set your day up for success.
Yeah. And it's playing with it too. Like I've recently started making my coffee and going outside and grounding, like standing barefoot outside in the grass.
I am all for this in the months
into the sun.
June through August. I'm like, outside of that, I'm watching through the window.
It's not bad. So, I mean, but it's playing with those little things in those, then you're like, wow, that actually felt good. I enjoyed that. I should try to do that on the regular. And I'm not going to do it every day, but knowing that that's something I would like to do in my ideal, quote unquote, perfect day, has an impact.
He had our son Nash out there this morning in his little boxer briefs,
wrapped in a blanket,
grounding on the ground and exposing his eyes to sunlight. So there's that.
Yes.
When your kids start to recognize all these weird things that you do and then also want to do them.
Well, that's good. It's modeling behavior. But a lot of this came from Jessie and I from a few podcasts ago when we talked about going on our couples retreat and creating our 3-year vision. So we have this vision board with our 3-year vision. Now we look at that in the beginning of this year, or, end of last year, we looked at that and said, okay, what can we do in 2024 that can get us closer to this 3-year vision? And that's how we started to design 2024, was from the vision that we created for 3 years out.
Yeah.
So that would be a good place to start for yourself, for if you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage, whatnot, is having that 3-year vision and then designing 2024 off that 3-year vision to see what you can accomplish to get you closer to the ultimate goals.
And have fun with it. Like, it's supposed to be playful and fun, and you're supposed to be excited about it. That's one of the reasons why I think goal setting is really hard for people, because you might not be jazzed to like eat 7 pounds of kale every day, but you could get really excited that next month you get to go see your favorite musician perform, or it's things that bring joy to you and make you feel like, as you're looking back on your year, that you're like, wow, I did it. I did the thing. And it felt really good.
And it works. Like we did so much in 2023. And the only reason we did so much in 2023 is because we were intentional about it.
Oh, 100%.
We've never been more intentional about play than we were in 2023. And that's the results we got were just an amazing year reflecting back on it. So, I mean, it just lights the fire under us for like, okay, now, I mean, Jessie all morning yesterday was looking for tennis trips on all different East Coast Southern towns, trying to find like a cool getaway with her girlfriends. And that's fun, you know, dreaming about those things is a ton of fun. So
absolutely.
So
cheers
to 2024.
To 2024.
Let's get it. And until next week, guys.
Take care.
We are all